YouTube. Alright, I'm just driving along North Drew Hills. 68 degrees, seasonably warm. Just imagine, just a few days ago, they were talking about ice and snow. And it was 23 degrees, and now it's 68. That's just flu weather. Happened. There's just flu weather waiting to happen. So anyways, it's 4:18, and of course, you know, this time of day is going to be slow. So I'm just driving down and making my way to a better spot, because every time I seem to wait in a parking lot, whether it be Publix or wherever, I can't seem to get to look at my YouTube channel subscribers. You know, that's what I do basically to kill time. But I'm just here just rambling. Nothing really to say, to be honest. Just driving. You know, I got a block from 4 to 8 and then 8 to 10. So like I said, it's a guarantee. And as long as Grubhub doesn't have any system issues or problems, things should be working smoothly regarding their connectivity issues. They love to say something's wrong with your phone, rather than them fessing up and admitting they have problems and technical issues. But one thing I gotta say about Grubhub is that if your money is messed up and it's due to some technical issues, and you feel that you're supposed to get the guarantee, they will adjust your account. You know, that's one thing I have to say for sure. And then they also, I was checking my email, and they gave me a survey to do, and for the first 200 people who complete a survey, they was going to give you $5 towards your next pay. So I did the survey. It was very detailed in length. They really wanted to know the feelings of the drivers. What were the issues? What is the things they like? You know, a whole bunch of things. So I find that kind of interesting that they are now doing a survey and wanting some feedback. So I guess with that in mind, there may be some changes with Grubhub. I don't know what the changes will be, but we shall see soon enough. But the fact that they did a survey, now they did put it out for the first 200 drivers that participated, and then they'll give you a little small, you know, compensation for your time. But most of the questions they asked about was, you know, your likes, dislikes, what are some of the changes they would like. They also, you know, what kind of format would one prefer, whether they prefer, say, a scheduled blocks of time or a combination, or the guarantee, things like that. Now, me personally, I think I like the fact they offer a guarantee. That's I like the fact they have more blocks. Now, sometimes it feels like a job, to be honest. Sometimes it feels like, oh God, you know, oh, I got a block, and then you got to find somebody to take over your shift or your block of time. Now, of course, there's always someone out there that's willing to take your block, because when the schedules come out every Friday, those schedules and blocks of time goes quick, very quick. And then the thing about it, a lot of people like to take all these blocks, and then they'll turn around and be the first ones to request a drop. You know, don't take blocks of time if you know you have no intentions on working them. You know, because that's not fair for somebody who really wants to do the block. And then some people, they know darn well they work during the daytime, and they snatch up these blocks, or they know they have other obligations, and they do the blocks and take them, and then turn around. They want to give them. They want to look for somebody to give them up or swap. Come on, people, move. So I don't know what's going to happen with Grubhub, to be honest. One thing I did truly, my satisfaction was very good. I wouldn't say it was excellent, but I would have to say that if I had to tell them what is the main thing they need to improve upon, I would have to say driver support. When you call driver support for any technical issues with their app, they don't seem to know squat. You know, they don't know anything. They can't answer any questions. They don't know. They telling you, well, I showed that it's a that you missed a order, you know, and then you're telling them there was a technical issue and what's going on. They don't even know they don't even know what to do, you know. And this is supposed to be driver support when there's a technical issue with the app. So I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But most of the people, they in Chicago, and most of them are black. I could tell by the way they sound. They don't have any kind of technical skills, I believe. I don't think they have any knowledge in fixing any problems or issues. They can't explain anything very well, to be honest. And I don't know what the purpose is. You know, it's like you send an email to your representative, you don't hear anything back from them. And I do believe there was a new person that was assigned in the Atlanta market, because it's not this person named McGraw or Tim McCraw. I don't even get an email from him anymore. So I think it's someone else. So they didn't even say that they was assigning a new person in Atlanta to handle the markets. So I don't know. I sent them an email and about an issue about they owe me some money, and they pay me every time I have an issue. I would have to say they do adjust my account. So that's no problem. But I don't know what's going to happen with Grubhub, what changes they're going to be making, what improvements they're going to be making. But one thing for sure, I see opportunities for me to learn some new skills to possibly offer services in Unix design and technical support. I'm not talking about, oh, I have an issue with my phone, can you tell me what's going on? I'm talking about the software development or design, you know, those type of skill sets. And you know, I don't have that skill set or knowledge, but that is something that I feel that is needed for a lot of these startup companies. You know, Grubhub and DoorDash and Postmates and all of them, they only been around 5 years. You know, they're a technology company, but they have a whole lot of, when I look at the websites of these companies and I click on the team, and I look at the executive teams, I look at the technical teams, and I look at all these people that supposedly got these smarts of software development, data scientists, data analytics, predictive analysis, all those things. I don't see not one black person, woman or man, at any of these companies. But yet, most of the drivers who are making these $3 to $5 pay below minimum wage, to be honest with you, They make up most of the money for these companies, but they're not in the technology part of the companies. These people make minimum 90,000 plus per year, if not more, to develop all these apps, to write the software, to come up with all these so-called new ideas or what they could do with the app. They're getting paid the big bucks. The $1 billion that Uber makes, they only gonna pay drivers some little pennies. But then the ones who are developers for these companies, you see them on their ads. They all spread out wearing the green t-shirt, or they all, cheesing and playing games, and they want to create this Silicon Valley, laid back environment. They in their little, 20-year-old, 30-year-olds, developers, these young millionaires who make up, that come out of Stanford or Silicon Valley labs, and they make these apps. But now one person is a person of color. Now I'm not talking about Asians and Indians. They're people of color too, but black folks, to be honest, let me just put it out there, black folks are not in that decision making of developing these apps. And we work, but yet I assure you, I bet you $100 that if you really break down the composition of who drives for Uber, who do the shopping for Lyft, who do the Instacart, and all these ones, majority of them are probably black, who are not even in the decision making in these technology firms in regards to developing software development, data analytics, none of those things. I haven't seen one black person in none of those companies. And you wanna know how I know? It's because I go online and I do go to the careers, because I'm trying to look for a real career with some of these companies. Delve, all these companies. Some of these companies are some of them are here in Atlanta, in Alpharetta and Roswell. I tried to apply for a position with one of them. They had a position in Roswell, and I sent my resume. I filled it out. I ain't heard nothing back. I applied for a position at Uber to work at the greenhouse. Yeah, a lot of those people who sit behind that laptop, a lot of them are black, but they don't have no technology knowledge of nothing. I can tell you that. But I don't know. Well, this video's getting long, and I'm going to make a series of videos while I sit here and wait. So watch for part 2 of my commentary.